Welcome. Today we're going to take a look at creating our key tag in Autodesk Inventor. To begin, we're going to start with New from the ribbon bar in the upper left hand corner. Click on New. We're going to choose Standard IPT and then select Create. We're going to start with a 2D sketch, the picture of a pencil and a piece of paper from the left hand corner of the ribbon bar. Click. And then we're going to place our sketch on our XY plane. Make sure XY plane is highlighted. Then we're going to click Front in our World Cube view in order to zoom all. To begin with our key tag, we're going to start with the Rectangle tool. The yellow dot that's following my cursor, I want to match it to the origin. When it turns green, I'm going to click and stretch out a rectangle. My horizontal dimension is 2, so I'm going to type 2 on the keyboard. Press the Tab key on the keyboard. The height of my key tag is 7/8 of an inch or 0.875. Type that into the keyboard and then press Enter. Once you're finished with that, press the Escape key and click Front in your World Cube view. Next, we're going to take in green check mark, Finish Sketch. Click Home. And now we're going to take and give our key tag depth. We're going to click Extrude. We would like to extrude direction 2. Click this button right here. And we're going to change our extrusion distance to 0.188 or 3/16 of an inch. And then click OK. Next, we're going to take a 2D sketch, pencil piece of paper, and we're going to put it on our front view. When it turns red, click. We're going to take and locate the hole for the key ring to go through. So I'm going to get my circle tool. I'm going to click and draw a circle, and the dimension we're going to type in for this is 0.188, 3/16 of an inch, and then press Enter on the keyboard. Next, we need to locate position of this hole. We're going to select the Dimension tool from the top ribbon bar. We're going to dimension from the left hand side of our workpiece to the center of that circle we just drew and bring this dimension down. This dimension here is going to be 0.188 or 3/16 of an inch, and then click green check mark. Then we're going to select the bottom of our workpiece, the center of our circle. Bring this dimension out to the left hand side. This dimension is going to be 0.438 and then green check mark. Now that we have that hole located and dimensioned, we're going to green check mark Finish Sketch. We're going to extrude. If it doesn't automatically select your circle, you have to come in with your mouse. When that circle that you drew turns red, click to select it. We want to cut this all the way through. So I want to choose my second button down, Cut, this one here. And I want to change from Distance to All. And that means that it's going to cut all the way through. So I change to All and Cut. Click OK. We're going to take another 2D sketch, place it on our front view. When it turns red, click. Click Front in the World Cube view to zoom all. And we're going to get a Rectangle tool again. On the workpiece, the gray workpiece, we're going to click in the lower left hand corner. Make sure you're on the gray workpiece. And we're going to just stretch out a rectangle. And click. Then we're going to take our Dimension tool. We're going to dimension from the left hand side of our workpiece to the rectangle that we drew on the left hand side. And we're going to change this dimension to 0.06 and green check mark. We're going to continue doing that around. Click the top of your workpiece, top of the rectangle you just drew. Click to place your dimension. Change the dimension to 0.06. Green check mark. Do the same thing to the right hand side. Click the right hand side of your rectangle. Change it to 0.06. Green check mark. And finally, we're going to do the bottom. Bottom of your workpiece, bottom of your rectangle. Change the dimension, 0.06. Once you have those 4 dimensions in, green check mark Finish Sketch. We're going to extrude once again. We're going to select our rectangle that we just drew. We're going to change to cut that away, and we're going to change our distance to 0.06 and then select OK. Next, we're going to take and put some fillets in here. So we're going to come up to the top ribbon bar, get our fillet tool. The fillet distance is 0.125, and that's good. We're going to keep that dimension in there. And we're going to come around and select 8 corners. So right here when I touch the top rectangle, I'm going to take and click that skinny edge there. There's a center one in here for the inside. It's a small line. Click to select those. And you may have to rotate around in order to get your final rectangle or final corner selected. Go home. So once again, I have all 8 of them selected, and then I'm going to click apply. Press cancel. Now we're ready to put our text in. We're going to take a 2D sketch, put it on the bottom part of our front view here. Click front to zoom all in our world cube, and we're going to grab our text tool from the top tool ribbon. Click to start your text. We're going to keep our text at Toma. I'm going to change my text height by highlighting it, and I'm going to type in 0.5, and I'm also going to select bold. Then in the text field, you're going to type the letters that you want or the name that you want, and then select OK. Press the escape key. Now you can see that 3 letters would fit perfectly on there. However, I have 5 letters, so I'm going to have to go back and edit this. If it ends up being too big to fit on your key tag, bring your mouse down to your text, click to select it, highlight your text, and I'm going to change my text height size from 0.5 to 0.32. Let's see if that works. Click OK. There we go. So that looks like it fits pretty good in there. I'm going to click my mouse, and I'm going to center it kind of top to bottom, left to right, until it looks nice, and I'm happy with that. That looks pretty good. When you're finished centering it on your workpiece, click green check mark Finish Sketch. Then we're going to come up to the top where it says Emboss. Click Emboss. I'm going to select my text when it turns red. Click. And then I'm going to take and highlight where it says Depth, and I'm going to change that to 0.06. And then select OK. Now that we have our key tag drawn, click Home. I'm going to go to my orange file in the upper left hand corner. I'm going to Save As. Once again, I'm going to type my last name in and key tag. So I'm typing my last name and the file that I'm making. So Lammers key tag. And then select Save. Make sure you're saving it to your H drive, first initial last name 000. Click Save. Next, we need to prepare this for the 3D printer to read and be able to print it. In order to do that, we're going to go to the orange file in the upper left hand corner once again. We're going to go to Export. We're going to export and select CAD format. Once again, we want to make sure we're in our H drive, first initial last name 000. Our file name, Lammers key tag, we're going to leave the same. And where it says Save As Type, I'm going to save it instead of a DWG file. I'm going to click on this little pull down arrow, and I want to find STL file all the way down to the bottom. STL, select. So a Save As Type, it should say STL file. And then click Save. Congratulations, now you're ready to go over to the 3D printer, place this onto the flash drive, and print your key tags. Nice job.